The year 2020 was challenging for India. It saw a nationwide lockdown triggered by COVID-19 pandemic and a border clash with China. The skirmish at Galwan Valley took place in June 2020, straining ties between the two countries. The impact was felt across trade and economic relations among the two Asian giants. The Indian government banned more than 200 Chinese mobile applications, which included popular mobile games like PUBG. The ban was implemented citing national security reasons. Over the next few years, several Chinese companies faced trouble conducting business in India. Chinese telecom companies ZTE and Huawei were conspicuously absent from the 5G trials in India before the auctions. For the infrastructure development of the 5G network in India, the government had asked Indian telecom companies to partner only with trusted sources. Huawei and ZTE have not been able to back the trusted tag so far. In 2021, Alibaba sold its stake in Big Basket to Tata Group. More recently, it sold its investment in Paytm as well for $167 million. In FY22, India received foreign direct investment of $58.8 billion. Singapore and the US are the top two countries in the list of top 15 nations from where India received the highest annual FDI inflows. Notably, China was absent from the list of top countries. In 2022, proposals of 382 Chinese companies were reportedly pending with the Indian government. Only 80 of them were approved. However, things appear to be turning around. Vodafone Idea recently placed a 200 crore rupees order to ZTE for its broadband equipment technology. This is in spite of the fact that ZTE is still not a trusted telecom partner in India. Popular fashion brand Shein, known for its affordable products, is also re-entering the Indian market. This is through a strategic partnership with Reliance Retail. It is noteworthy that Shein has made one of its Singapore-based subsidiaries the de facto holding company before entering the partnership. This may have allowed the Indian government to view it as a non-Chinese entity. So, is this return of Chinese companies a company-specific development or an emerging phenomena?
The stance of the government has not fundamentally changed when it comes to China. The recent deals are structured in a way which proliferates localization. We can see this with norms around data privacy via storage of data on local servers with no access to the Chinese counterparts, or even ownership and control of the entity within Indian firm. In our opinion, the approach will be company specific with an eye for detail on structures being created to ensure a boost to Make in India initiatives.
Over the years, the West flourished in joint ventures with China. Intel, for example, invested $1.5 billion for a 20% stake in Tsinghua Unigroup to develop new smartphone chip technology. Cisco partnered with Chinese server and network company Inspur Electronic to develop IT infrastructure in a $100 million venture. In November last year, it was reported that the Indian government was open to allowing joint ventures with Chinese companies to boost the high-end electronic manufacturing sector in the country. So, will the re-entry of Chinese companies in India be only through joint ventures?
The re-entry of Chinese companies will have to be examined carefully from all points of view, whether they come in as joint ventures with India Inc. or they come in on their own. And that is, of course, dependent on the FDI regulations and also the risk of technology transfer, data transfer, the migration of intellectual property across borders. All of these issues will be important.
Earlier this year, the International Monetary Fund said that the Asia-Pacific region will grow at 4.6% in 2023. It added that this growth will be largely led by two countries, India and China. Further, this region will contribute a significant 70% to the global growth. In such a scenario, how will business relations between the two companies turn out to be, given that few Chinese companies are re-entering the Indian market?
The business relations with China in the coming months, I would like to see them improve. And I would like to see that become the basis for the Chinese to give up any territorial ambitions which are outside the absolutely well laid down and time tested agreements. For the first time, there is the possibility that business will lead geopolitics.
Strained diplomatic relations with China may continue, but some Chinese companies are being welcomed back to India. Experts say this is a good sign, but India must carefully monitor issues such as technology transfer and intellectual property rights.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.